I look at it this way: if I sell like the $500,000 house I sold, that pays for CINC for the whole year. My name's Tom Kerrey. I'm a former Air Force captain, and I've been in real estate for going on 4 years. Was in corporate for 35 years, and after that, a buddy of mine said, "Look, get your license because you got too many gray hairs." And that's what happened to me. So I should have done real estate a long time ago, I think, but I really like helping people. I have my whole career. So got my license about 4 years ago in Georgia. Came up here to Asheville because it was part of my personal retirement goal to escape Florida. So I started immediately Googling other platforms, and you guys did a good marketing job of like, hey, we're here. Yeah, why don't you try CINC out, Did my due diligence on you and gave you a phone call, and you were gracious enough to give me what I asked for, which was referrals. So I talked to the gentleman over in Myrtle Beach, and I think we had 3 or 4 calls. And he convinced me, to hold my hand from jumping off the cliff of, what am I going to do? And so far it's been great. I did a data transfer. Some of those I just continued farming, but it was very seamless. I mean, you guys, I was happy that working with CINC and the back team, you guys had me up and running in 6 days, and that was impressive. As soon as I had my leads back, I'm like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do that? And your training was very helpful to get me up to speed. And then also the tech people, the CINC support is excellent. Once you get used to it, it's a very easy platform. You're big enough, you match my costs at the other company, and I love the AI so far. I was out shopping, running some errands, and Alex popped in on my app and said, client ready, conversation. And I was like, oh, okay. So I hooked into that, and I called her, and the lady, she says, your Alex is a really nice assistant that you have. I said, isn't he? Yeah, he knows the right questions to ask. And she said, yeah, I really like him. So when that happens, I go in and I turn him off and then continue the conversation myself. But he has made several appointments for me. So for me as a solo practitioner, it's sole agency. I like it that way because it's like, instead of me buying an assistant for X dollars an hour, I don't need it. I do about $2 million a year, 2 to 3. My goal, just because of the way I am, I always try to increase that. But I don't want a big agency. I don't want 10 or 15 agents. But that's where I am in my life. But if it was somebody just starting out, I would put full faith in your program and CINC and your training. I would have no problem because your lead gen is top notch. I'm averaging 60, 80 leads a month or something like that. But I also like that you maintain my webpage. You got that up and running. You can modify it. I have my Google reviews at the bottom of the page, so you were able to customize it a little bit. Let's see, I started with you in April. I think I had one sale before that for around 450, but now I'm up to 1.8 million mid-year. That one deal that you're referencing was, he found me just from my background on CINC. I had sent out an initial blast email to all 400 or 500 leads that I had to try and recapture, on the new platform like, hey, I'm here. I had a little problem. I had to start over, basically. But yeah, he called me. The guy, he just out of the blue, I set him up, had a phone call, and he said, hey, I want to work with you. And I said, well, why'd you pick me? He goes, I like your background. I don't want to work with any of the big box agents. I said, okay. So that was nice. And I do have another client at $1 million. I showed her a house 2 days ago, and I'm trying to get her under contract pretty soon. But she's also using the platform. I look at it this way: if I sell like the $500,000 house I sold, that pays for CINC for the whole year. So that is just part of your ROI. You know, in your head, you have to sell one house to pay for my premium lead source. And if you can't sell one house, you don't need to be buying a premium lead source, and you better have a goal of selling at least 8 or 10. But 8 or 10 in my market feeds me fine and lets me go travel and do some of the bucket list things that I want to do. You gotta have the ability to counsel. That's why I put trusted advisor on mine. And I have honestly become a trusted advisor. Step away from the edge of the cliff. Nothing is changing, because eventually, and I see it. I've been watching all the reels, all the, oh my God, the sky's falling, I'm going to get out of this industry, da-da-da. At some point, you got to sign a buyer's agreement. But in North Carolina, we've been doing buyer's agreements forever. Like, you had to have them. Not to show a house, but on that, before I move forward, do you really want to waste your time showing somebody that's not pre-approved and doesn't want to work with you? It's a complete waste of time. So today, with all the changes, I'm kind of happy about it, because I can then tell them, well, you're going to have to do the same thing with Bob or Sally that you call over at Agency XYZ. They're going to tell you the exact same thing. So you have to, again, sell yourself, your personality, if you're not like me and got 35 years of sales experience and you're just starting out, sell your agency. Sell the reason why you went with that agency. Maybe have offer for them to meet with your BIC. But I think the whole 2.5%, 3%, you're gonna get paid. And I don't think I've never, and I've had, since this is happening, since April to now, I've had sellers and buyers have this conversation, and I basically explain it like I do to you. I don't work for free. Do roofers work for free? Do lawyers work for free? No one that is a 1099 independent contractor works for free. Mm-hmm. And you have to establish that I am a realtor. I go to a lot of classes. I go to a lot of professional classes to stay compliant. I do, use that PDF that's flying around. I do 255 different things for you behind the scenes. You have to sell your value of why. And my favorite joke is to them, I had a guy, he said, I don't need you. I said, okay. I said, would you use your ex's divorce attorney to represent you? Long pause. He goes, well, you got a point there. And I said, well, who has your best interest? The seller? Mm-hmm. Or me? Or you want to do it yourself? Go, you can do it. You can hire, some states have titles, some, this and that, but why? When you have someone that's an expert in it, and hire the expert, hire the trusted advisor that I have my best interest. I'll tell you if a house is a POS. And they love it when I tell them that, because why? I'm not in it to sell them a house. I'm in it to find the right fit and need for them. I think it's all going to work out. Don't lose sleep over it. And if anything, take it as an opportunity to work on your sales skills. Yeah. Work on your role playing. Yeah, I would just say don't be scared. But if you're going to pay for a premium service, it's going to reward you and help you sell. Even my friend, she goes, well, maybe I'll go to CINC, you know. And I said, well, you should try it out.